G'day legends, and we're back with another tier list today. Why? Because, UFC Vegas 102 was pretty fun, but there isn't that many takeaways from it. I was wrong about the main event, I'm sorry. And number two, because Jon Jones, the big news of the weekend, Jon Jones just loves bloody stealing the headlines, I tell you what. The big news of the weekend is Jon Jones, he got drunk and he started prowling the streets again, and started live streaming it as well on his Instagram. And this time he wasn't going out there looking for homeless men to be nice to. Oh no, he was talking about going out there and killing somebody. I swear to God, if you live in the same suburb, if you live in the same city as Jon Jones, lock your doors, mate. Lock your doors and get out of there, because you never know when Jon Jones is going to kick open his front door and start popping off. So, today's tier list is the UFC fighters that they need to lose their phone. They gotta get rid of their phone. They can't be having that shit. It's not allowed. They gotta get rid of their phone. They can't be having that. It's just absolutely not allowed. So we're gonna be kicking off the tier list, starting off with some honorable mentions, things that are pretty easy. Let's slide. Yeah, the first tier is gonna be called "It's Not You, It's Them." So these guys are doing fine. It's the general vibe of the internet that's wrong, not these guys. And then as we move up the tier list, things are gonna get more and more degenerate to the point where we're getting to those UFC fighters that their wives need to take their phones and just fling it into the ocean. First up on the list of "It's Not You, It's Them," big old Jamal Hill. Listen, Jamal Hill spent pretty much all of 2024 copying it from the fans, myself included. I put myself on that. I was giving it to Jamal Hill as well, but he was just trying to build up the rivalry. He was just trying to have some fun with all of the MMA community. Jamal Hill was doing it all on purpose. I do truly believe he was Jamal Heel. He was like Colby Chaos Covington, except he was good at tricking the fans and putting on a character. So Jamal Hill is the first one that goes into the list. When he's out there on his phone, when he's recording stuff, it's not Jamal. It's the audience that it's landing on. One is the GOAT of absolute MMA Twitter, the GOAT of the entire landscape. That's big old Paulo Costa. If you get upset by anything that Paulo Costa puts on his Instagram or his Twitter, you're just soft. You're soy, you're vegan. I don't understand what you're doing in MMA. This entire sport is built around the rules of playground bullying. Yeah, we say mean things to each other and then we fight about it. It's kind of the tagline. And Paulo Costa joking around on Twitter, if that gets under your skin, it's not you, Paulo. You keep doing what you're doing, you know? Why? Queen Liz, why? I thought she was emote. He's the GOAT. He's the absolute GOAT of MMA Twitter. Now we're getting into a category that I like to call "That's Weird." You know, all right, what is going on with you and why are you putting this online? That is a little bit weird. You know, the example of this one, the first one to go in the "That's Weird" category is Anthony Smith, because Anthony Smith is sort of treating the entire internet and his life as one big therapy session. He wants Glover Teixeira to beat the hell out of him. He wants Dominic Reyes to beat the hell out of him. He will drop his hands down and march forward. His entire public apology to Michael Bisping, not even an apology, just him talking about how he's not very good at communicating with his friends. Him talking us through how bad of a mate he is. He did it publicly on his own podcast. He's essentially treating the on-paper podcast as just open-door therapy sessions. Anthony, it's weird that all of this is happening online, you know? Go to betterhelp.com, get some. Try it out, and then re-emerge to the online community as a completed human being. Second one up on the "That's Weird" tier list has got to be Blachowicz. Dude just carrying around a noose that he found in the forest of a friend who did things. A thing, the ultimate thing. Why are we carrying this around? And if it is that personal, why are we telling people about it? It's weird, It's weird. One of the GOATs of "That's Weird" has got to be Merab Dvalishvili, constantly putting out Instagram reels, TikToks, shorts, making fun of other fighters, them not doing enough, how they don't deserve to fight. And then anytime someone wants to fight him or say something to him, you have to show respect, you're not a man, you must be a man, you must show respect. Merab, all you do is make weird little edits laughing at your entire division, and then when they poke back at you, you want to climb the goddamn bleachers, mate, and beat the hell out of them. You can't take anything from the fans. You're constantly giving out all these jokes, but you can't take anything from the fans. It's so strange, Merab. And my GOAT of "That Is Weird" has to be, when it comes down to his phone usage, Bilal Muhammad. This bloke starts writing entire paragraphs and essays about how he is going to take his opponents to a decision, and has decided, I'm clearly not popular enough for a podcast, right? We all know Bilal's not even close to popular enough for a podcast or to do a YouTube channel or anything like that. So he's just whipping out his phone in his car on the daily, giving us these Bilal confessionals, you know? Like just Bilal on the way to Market Basket, just talking about the world of MMA. You know, he can't just set up in his parents' base room like a normal MMA YouTuber. He's got to do it while he's at a goddamn traffic light. I don't understand how is Bilal Muhammad so busy he can't give his takes on the MMA world and just sit down at home in front of a white wall and do it? You know what I mean? He's got to do it in the car on the way to the gym. It's so odd. Move up into the degenerate levels of phone usage. These are the people that don't know their phone is online. You know, they're saying things, they're doing things that are better done behind closed doors, but they don't have the mental fortitude to understand that these phones are connected to the internet and there's other people on the other side of those screens. Kicking that off is, of course, Marvin Vittori. Marvin Vittori, the absolute ogre of a man. He's dropping the N-bomb whenever he wants. It's pissing off Joaquin Buckley. Mate, all of this stuff that you're saying, you're not drunk at a party with the boys hanging out, yeah? You are online right now. You're in a public space. You can't just be dropping N-bombs every time you pick up your phone, Marvin. Then we get into Peyton Talbot. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't care if it wasn't in your ass or if it was in a mate's ass. Frank Ocean's playing. You're hitting the pipe, then you go stick it in your mate's ass and get him to go pole dancing. This is not a explanation of what happened, Peyton. You're not digging yourself out of this hole. Do you understand what you're doing online and putting out there in a very high testosterone male dominated combat sport? You shouldn't be taking a hit to the pipe and then sticking it in your mate's asshole and watching him do pole dancing. What is going on, Peyton? The king of he didn't know that was online is obviously Ian Gary. I don't think Ian Gary knew that his wife was such a slag. I don't think he knew that she spent her entire college run figuring out how to get a young athlete and entrap him. I don't think he knew that is what was going on. And every time he does simp to her and starts singing her ballads out in the front street with roses, I think he thinks she's just filming for a little bit of family fun videos. She has no idea that she's live streaming his absolute embarrassment. Ian Gary doesn't know that these little details about his life have ended up online at all. And to cap off the doesn't know that the phone is connected to the internet, Sean O'Malley, what, in what world, listen, mate, it's your life, it's your relationship, you do whatever you want to do. Who am I to tell a grown man how to live his life, you know? But why would you put on the internet, on a vlog, you are organizing other dudes to come and smash your wife in front of you? Why are you setting up dates for your wife to get smashed by other blokes and going and putting it out there online? Why are you talking about threesomes with your daughter bouncing up and down on your knee on a webcam? Like, number one, you and your wife smash whoever you want. You watch your wife get ran through by whoever you want, Sean. It's your life, mate. That's totally up to you. But why are you talking about it in front of your daughter? Why are you talking about this stuff in front of your daughter? This is what I mean by it's online. The problem with it being online is that anyone can go see it. So daughter's gonna grow up and be like, oh, mum got ran through. Like, what? And now we get into the dark depths of phone hell. The ones that just should have their phones completely locked up. The ones that shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a mobile phone device, or quite frankly, shouldn't be allowed outside into society until something changes. Obviously, we're kicking off with John Jones. John Jones has built his entire career trying to look like a good guy, and he just seems to wreck that almost annually. Maybe 6 months. Let's go annually. John Jones cannot go 12 straight months without ruining his public image. And once again, he's pulled it off. He's pulled it off this weekend, just lurking the streets, this time looking for homeless men to be mean to. The only thing worse than being mean to a poor, helpless human being is being mean to a poor, helpless animal. And that, of course, brings us to Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya needs to lock his phone. The entire dog accusations started because he was on his own phone, recording him doing that to his dog. And then mouth feeding it as well. He could even go into the he doesn't know what's online section, you know, when Izzy's just scrolling through his Twitter feed, finding dog fetish accounts, liking them, not even on a sock puppet account, just on his real account. When he's there doing podcasts, just chatting to the team, you know, doesn't know the mic's on, connected to the internet, shouting out the puppy, talking about how much sex he's having. What are we doing here, Izzy? I don't need to rehash the entire storyline, but lock him up. Lock him up. And then, of course, the absolute king of lock up your phones, lock up your daughters, lock him up as well, is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, we have not seen him leave his house in the last 24 months without being on cocaine. Whenever he's got his phone out, he's in his Speedos, he's absolutely bricked up for some reason. Could be the middle of the day, he could be walking around hugging trees, he could just be staring at the moon. But that bloke has got the frosty snow all over his nose, he's in his Speedos, he'd fucking poke you in the eye with it. Something is going down. The only time Conor McGregor doesn't have his phone on him and he's in his Speedos and he's bricked up is when he's doing something consensual with the ladies. That's the only time. But if he's just going for a bike ride down the streets of Dublin, yeah, no, Conor's got his phone. He's live streaming the entire thing. He should be locking that shit up. So there you go. There's the tier list of the fighters that should have their phones locked up. Let me know what you think about that down there in the comments. Would you move anything around? Do you want to jump in on any of this? If so, I go live about 3 times a week. So if this is your first time here, g'day. My name is Dougie. Like I said, I go live about 3 times a week. I try and make an MMA video every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. So if you want to join in on any of that, you hit that subscribe button down there. And if you're already on board with the channel, thank you so much. Leave a like, help this video get out there. And if you're one of the paying members of the channel, you are a bloody legend. Thank you so much. Your names are in the next slide. And until then, you guys have a great day. I'll see you all in the next one.